Help! I want to make my outfit more unique, but I don't want to buy anything else. What can I do without buying something to update my look?
Ha. Oh, okay. This is actually a really legit piece of advice from your dear old goth dad. You can go buy black dye and you can dye anything from Goodwill black. And you don't
Ooh.
need to, and you said not buying anything. You can buy stuff at Goodwill for next to nothing.
Mhm.
And so black dye and um, stuff that's donated and or thrifted for very cheap. I don't know. I'm maybe not so great at totally free stuff, but very very inexpensive black dye like RIT or whatever, and then just go scour the Goodwill and you'll find stuff that may not look cool as it is, but if you dye black,
Ta-da!
Makes everything look better.
yeah. Plus, it's fun.
Got that quick. I heard you were a DJ. I need a unique and eerie playlist for my haunted housewarming party. What track will make my guests come to life?
Oh man, what's tracks will make my guests come to life? I think I even out of season, I love just a classic kind of Halloween playlist. And I actually have a really good one that I spent hours building very painstakingly on our Spotify. So it's called Halloween
Ooh.
Goth Party. And it's, I love like a Screamin' Jay Hawkins. I put a spell on you,
Yes.
because it's weird and he's just screaming and yelling and I mean that's like maybe the first goth person ever anyway. So, so I'd say some Screamin' Jay, and then I mean you got to go for some.
I just dropped that playlist in the chat for everybody.
I was about to
There you
do
go.
that.
Perfect. Yeah, and then
Perfect.
you could do something like you could do something a little more classic, trad goth like Bauhaus, but you don't want to go for like the Bela Lugosi. You don't want to go for the obvious one. I would recommend "Dancing" is a great song where he talks about dancing on Bibles and down church aisles and on papal gowns and like being fucking weird in a church, and that's a good one. And then we'll go one more. We'll do something modern. We'll go Madeline Goldstein, "Seeds of Doubt." That song is a fucking banger. It's such a good
Ooh.
song. It's just synth, like spooky synth and beautiful voice, and it's demure and sexy, but still cold and mysterious and awesome. It's just a great song. It's like one of my favorite songs I found last year. Yeah. Yeah.
Into it.
What a
Adding this to my
playlist.
playlist.
Hey, Goth Dad. I want to introduce a little color to my dark black look. What are your favorite ways to add a pop of color?
So, there's definitely two ways that I think are the best for that. And the first one is my favorite, is with makeup. Who says that we all have to look like Susie Sue with the very angular lines, like and it doesn't all have to be black and white. I like to add color. In fact, with my here's shameless plug, Goth Dad eyeshadow palette, you can get lots of colors along with the black, gray, and white, for the more traditional stuff, but you get gradients of color. So you have red, orange, yellow, dark green, mid green, lime green, dark purple, mid purple, and a lilac.
A beautiful palette.
That's a really
I
good
made
palette.
so this is what I used for tonight for the black and the white, because it was kind of fast. But I honestly, like, when Johanna Maresco and I made this, we developed this, like, I told her, I was like, I'm going to make this with you only if it's going to be something that I will want to use personally. And we literally designed it from ground up with that in mind. Like, so, when I do makeup, I blend eyeshadow all the time. So I love having gradients because it takes the guesswork out of how to blend.
Mm-hmm.
You can blend these colors and it will create like a nice sunset gradient, or like this purple is amazing. Like Maddie Danger. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her.
Mhm.
She does a lot
Yeah.
of like, tutorials and stuff. She's like a fellow hearse owner and she's a really good friend of mine. She did I sent her one because I knew she was going to do something cool with it. And she did all the purples and it's so good. The purples are amazing. Anyway, but it's like magnetic and it's got this big mirror that says, "Oh, hi there, baby
Ooh.
bats."
That's so cute.
But so anyway, shameless plug over. I'm sorry, but like makeup, a little bit of color can go a long way of bringing out, just something, and then you just sort of accessorize. Like for example, had I known I was actually going to be wearing this to any degree tonight, like I would use the orange on the eyeshadow palette on this otherwise generally ubiquitously black outfit. And that pops, so it's all about accentuation and bringing out just a little bit. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to go crazy with it. So, yeah, just a little bit. And then the other thing is like accessories, like a colorful belt on an otherwise black, outfit or
Bright orange trim.
or maybe a colored, bright orange trim or like a colored necklace or just there's so many different things that you can do with that. Just have fun and don't worry about. I think the biggest thing is just don't worry about whether it's like goth or not, because like who cares?
Yeah.
Like do you like it? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like you're expressing the internal externally through your dress? Then cool. Then you've done it. Congratulations. You're still goth. Doesn't matter.
You're still God.
I love that answer. Let's see. Is it going to update? There it goes. Goth Dad, I need to impress the goth girls. Do you have any goth dad jokes?
I mean,
This
yes,
is in
I
the
have
same
many
realm.
of them.
Oh, love it.
But I don't know if it'll impress the goth girls. It might just make them go, what the hell? Okay. So I have a ton and I have some that are in like more recent rotation that I feel like are really good. Here's one that's not of my design, but my dear friend Adam Darby, who is one of the co-DJs of the Dragon Con Goth Night that I am one of 5 DJs in consortium. Adam Darby gave me this, and it's so bad, but so good. It's equine. It is. I can't even say it without laughing. What is what does a goth horse? God damn it! What does a goth horse say when he's hungry? Hey now, now.
Oh my
You get it? Yeah.
That was the most goth dad joke I've ever heard.
One of the first ones I ever came up with when I did that series on TikTok when I was especially when I was like really into it in the lockdowns in 2020 was I guess it was 2021 rather, but was one of the very first ones. It was, who does a goth call when they lock themselves out of their home? They call Robert Locksmith.
Oh my god!
I just imagine him showing up to being like,
oh my god!
I feel like I would literally,
Dad.
Dude. If I told that joke in front of Robert Smith, I am positive that the look that he would give me would cause me to die of shame, and I have no shame, so that's obviously.
Oh god.
Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like I would just breathe around him and he'd be like,
so,
and I would just feel it still. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
So my friend met him.
Really?
My friend's Matthew Lenham, who's the artist who did their like tour poster. It's his face and like these weird like jellyfish things. It's kind of psychedelic and it's very Robert Smith. It's very like, that's why he picked it. And he was at, I think, New York at Madison Square. And he was seeing the show, and then somebody called him and was like, "Hey, Robert wants to meet you," because Robert Smith decides the art. He's the one that picks it. and
that's
which
cool.
is such a rare thing in on that level. Like usually those guys are like so uninvolved, but he like Robert Smith's like very cool. He does all the shit. He like decides all the stuff. And he like he's the reason why he went to war with Ticketmaster and those fuckers.
Mhm.
But anyway, so he told me that there was this room and it was like full of fog because it was right off the stage. It was like a hallway and all this fog was coming in and like literally Robert Smith like walked through the fog and it was just the two of him and he was just like, "Hi, how's it going?" And he said he was just like, he was really nice, but he was like kind of quiet and just they talked for like 20 seconds and he was like, "Thanks for the art." And he was like, "Yeah." He was,
That's amazing.
yeah, the story's way better than that from Matthew, but yeah,
He just walks through the fog like
yeah,
an
he just like
enigma.
appeared.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just like, of course he did. Fucking Robert Smith.
He's got someone on fog machine ready at all times.
Yeah. But then I have a Robert Smith story too. We saw him in Atlanta and somehow I got first round tickets and I got second row and like it was Dan, his partner Lindsay and Scarlett and I yet again and we're like right in front of him, like dead center. And he pulled out like a melodica, which I don't know if you know what a melodica is. I don't want to like mansplain anything, but it's for those of you that don't know, it's an instrument that you blow into, but it's like a keyboard. Like they play it in She's in Parties and Bauhaus. It's like it's kind of like got this like Middle Eastern vibe to it. Anyway, he pulled one out in the beginning of his song and like started blowing into it, and it was like very clearly broken. And we were like, I was like, "It's okay, Robert. We still love you." And he looked at us and he's like, "Oh, fuck off." And he started laughing. And we were just like,
Yay!
yeah, it was awesome. It was really fun. And then I got Simon Gallup's pick, the bass player. So that,
That's awesome.
Ooh.
yeah, Scarlett saw him throw it, but it's a black pick and it just like disappeared. And all these people were like going crazy. And because it was like seeding, but they were going nuts and nobody found it. And then we were kind of hanging out afterwards, talking to somebody behind us was a fan of Vision Video and was like, "Hey, we're really big fans." And I was like, "Whoa, cool." So I was talking to them and Scarlett, like I'd see her like crawling from under the seat down the row and she's like, "I got it." I was like, "What? Oh shit." And she's like,
Oh, no.
Yes, Scarlett.
yeah, she's
Worth
awesome.
it.
She's the best. Yeah. She's always doing cool stuff for me. So I love her very much.
Aw.
That's
so
real
sweet.
love. If she wanted to, she would.
Yes.
We have one last question. It's actually from me, Goth Dad. Help. The other kids at school said their Goth Dad could beat you up. I panicked and set up the fight. How are we getting out of this?
Okay.
I panicked and I set the fight up.
Well, I mean, I like to think of myself as a non-violent person now, but I have a past of knowledge that is very conducive to violence. But we will try everything we can to not stoop to violence, and we will rely on our favorite friend as goths, which is the fog machine. We will blast the fog machine and we will escape accordingly.
I love
Oh my
that.
God. Thank you,
gonna
Goth
say,
Dad.
just
You got us
challenge
out of
him
a
to
real
a
pickle.
dance?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That almost felt like Liam Neeson in Taken for a minute.
You're like,
I
I
have
have
a
a special set of
specific set of skills.
That's what I thought you were gonna do. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm very pedestrian and peaceful, and it's so funny to me because I post all this stuff about, sort of somewhat revolutionary ideology and not accepting the status quo, not accepting the powers that be, but I'm also very like, there's a lot of people that are advocating for violence and taking it down.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I feel you, but I'm a very, I'm a very like, let's avoid that at all costs. Let's like peacefully protest and let's like cause non-compliance at all costs
Yes.
before we go to this. But at the end of the day, it's like, if they are bringing violence upon you, you've got to protect yourself. And I am a big proponent of knowing how to defend yourself. I'm a big, I'm certainly not a gun nut by any stretch of the imagination. I believe that our gun laws in this country are insane, but I also understand the value of like protection and like knowing how to handle yourself and just being aware and being trained and being prepared. I think, yeah, somebody's going to cut this up and be like, God, Dad's a fucking Second Amendment gun nut. He's prepping and he's doing. It's like,
I love
there's
guns.
nuance. There's nuance. Yeah,
I mean, if this does end up on like Fox News, I'm not going to be like, I'll be like, "Whoa, look, guys, we made it."
Yeah, it's gonna be me with Tucker Carlson. He's like, "What the fuck are you?" I'm gonna be like,
I mean, look at his
"I don't know."
ears. It's his little cat ears.
Exactly. I'm a bisexual bat dad. I don't know, man.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I could kick Tucker Carlson's ass. I'm
Oh yeah.
100% positive. Actually,
100%.
Like you should never underestimate any opponent, but fuck Tucker Carlson. Like that's like wet sneeze would blow that dude over. So, oh well. Tucker Carlson, come at me, bro.
Yeah, it's like actually there's an invitation for him to always come onto this show just so I can fucking yell at him repeatedly for an hour.
Yeah.
He'll be on mute and it's just gonna be me screaming at him. I'll be like, this is it. This is what I needed. It's just gonna be chained there.
Yeah, that guy.
I hate
that's just that. I mean, also, I hate to stoop. But like, and he didn't decide this, but like one of the most punchable faces of all human history. I mean,
he didn't decide this.
Just
true.
he didn't make that happen. But maybe
I don't know. I think being a bigot kind of changes your face. Being like a horrible person just kind of affects your appearance.
Yeah,
the attitude came through the face.
Right, they're like grinding their jaw into dirt or into dust, and it's just like they're just sort of like. They're forming that like there's like hate muscles. Just like
think about it. Like he's like white 40-something-year-old guy. I don't know how old he is, and he looks disgusting. Paul Rudd, maybe around the same age, looks immaculate because he's unproblematic. He's charming. He's nice.
So good. He's so good.
He's a nice guy. And then what the fuck happened to
Shay, you are insane. They are the same age. Both of them are 54.
Whoa,
oh, I just looked it up. Tucker Carlson and Paul Rudd are 54. What an example of if you're a hateful person versus someone who stays in your lane and is not hateful and a bigot.
I mean, not to make this like straight up the Lord of the Rings, stream.
Oh, please do.
Please do.
Smeagol, Gollum. He's so full of hate and rage, I mean, like see what happened to him physically. There you go.
Facts.
God unlocked his hair.
I had one silly question for you.
Melissa, let's get a silly one in there.
I just want one silly one. If you could have any fictional character join Vision Video, who would it be? Smeagol, of course, but Smeagol aside.
Fictional character. Lieutenant Ellen Ripley of the USCS Nostromo.
Oh my God! Yes.
Would you be dealing with the same like things that she's going through? Like, are you inviting?
No, just having her around.
Okay,
just like if she was going to be part of the band, like because Emily's like kind of a badass boss lady, like. She takes no shit. Like I'll take a little bit of shit. That woman does not fuck around. Like she's very sweet. She's very nice, but she will fucking crush your soul. And I've seen it happen many times and it's awesome.
Yes.
It's amazing. But I feel like being flanked by two badass boss ladies would be pretty cool. Then I don't have to worry about anything ever. I can just start.
And she comes with a cat.
Jonesy.
She's got a cat that she brings to the table, so it's perfect.
Yeah, Jonesy is cute. He's a big orange cat too. So Orange
Just like
cat's
mine,
great.
who's sleeping behind me.
Aw.
He's passed out.
He's just an orange lump back there.
He came in and he started like patting me, and I was like, not now, not now,
Yeah.
not now. So he's waiting
Ma'am.
for me to wrap up the stream so I can crawl into bed with him.
I was running amok right now. He's giving me the eyeball. He's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You doing something important?
You get the lights
Father.
on.
Yeah, it's my house is 4 cats here, and then Scarlett has her cat / my cats, because they're all our children. She has 3, and then like 13 rescues in her rescue that she runs. So
love
we have
that.
a lot of cats.
Oh my
right
God.
now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We just took in an owner took one into our home. I won't say we own. Well, I don't own any of these cats. They own me. But we adopted into the home, into our official family, a new cat, which is a Lycoi. It's the werewolf cats. Scarlett,
so
Scarlett rescued a
cute.
couple of them, and we were really hesitant. We adopted out 2 of them. And they're great cats, but we were really like reticent to do that with her name's, we call her Mama or Murder Face most of the time, because she's just got like this kind of scowl on her face, but her official name is Lupa. And she was feral. I mean, straight up feral. Her kittens were a little better, but she's a tough nut we've kind of cracked. She just kind of lays there now, and she seems to like me. I think it's just because I'm really warm all the time, and she's kind of naked, so she just likes to lay on me. But yeah, and it's kind of a weird thing because you have to be really careful adopting those cats out, because like they are a naturally occurring genetic anomaly that was bred into a breed now, and they're worth like $5,000. So people like will try to sell them, like they'll adopt them and then they'll sell them. So we had like a bunch of interest in her, but it was very clear that it was like, yeah, we can't, like, she's kind of unadoptable because you got to be real careful with her because she's so like still skittish. And but on top of that, I was like, we just didn't feel comfortable, put like just being like, yeah, that's okay. And Scarlett vets people really intensely, but we were like, this is better safe than sorry. And
Absolutely.
the added perk of having a werewolf cat. So that's cool. Yeah. Anyway, cats everywhere.
That fits the goth persona perfectly.
Yeah. Yes, very much so.
Well, thank you so much for coming on
thank you.
hanging out with us. I feel like we got to see a whole new side of you with all this like detailed lore.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
It's great to hang. I sometimes I feel like, I mean, obviously I'm a very talkative, gregarious person, and I feel like sometimes I just don't distinctly know when to shut the fuck up. So I'm always like, am I talking too much? But
no, you talk a perfect amount.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I always love doing this kind of thing, and anytime you want me to come back and answer questions or do anything at all,
video game night.
Video game night.
Now we know you're a gamer. Let's play.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I will pretty much play like anything that's like horror related, especially. So if y'all
trying to
get
them into
some
Dead by Daylight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Absolutely.
I've been actually looking for people that would want to do that. So I'm 100% ready.
I just got Nick Cage.
Highly recommend Phasmophobia if you've never played that. It's fucking awesome. You got the Nick Cage. Man, there's so many like cool DLCs for that game. I just recently got into it, and so I'm still very bad at it.
Oh, I'm so bad at it. I'm the worst killer. I can't get anyone. Makes me so mad.
I will be terrible, but you will enjoy my commentary because it is always funny.
That's what it's all about.
That's what counts. We really appreciate you coming on. Is there any way anyone who's watching or us can support you and Vision Video?
What's the best way?
Yeah, it's all pretty much in the chat already there. Visionvideoband.com is kind of the hub for everything. It's a very, like it's got links to all the social media stuff. So if you're wanting to see like the silly TikTok Goth Dad stuff, you can find that. If you want to see our music videos, which I highly recommend you go check out our latest music video, especially if you're a big horror fan for In My Side, that's linked. That's actually on the main page. But there's also, if you want to like support, there's two ways really that I most find meaningful support, which is like, or I'll say three ways. Number one, come see us at a show. That's the best way to like engage with us too, because we hang out, we talk with everybody, we shoot the shit, we put on a hell of a show, and we have a lot of fun. And it's just, and you'll meet people, and it's just a great experience. It's a really cool. It's a goth night in and of itself. The second is that, if we're not coming to you, we have a huge tour announcement on Thursday too, with like 70 dates. So we're coming everywhere. So yeah, like any, but if we're not coming to you, or if it's not something, you're not super keen on crowds, like I get it. You can support us through merch. We have records, we have shirts, we have really cool stuff. We have the Goth Dad palette. We have work non-acceptable calendars where my ass is very visible, and maybe not really more than that, but it's very close.
Just tease them.
It's good stuff. But it's fun, and Scarlett shoots it, and it's like horror adjacent. Anyway, but there's tons of shit on there that you can buy, and then there's but the best way to support, I think, in a lot of ways, is just like share the music. Like if you like the music and you want us to kind of continue to grow and move forward, throw it in a playlist on Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Music or whatever the hell you use to stream. Cause like that's free, but it also signals to those apps, like when people put stuff in playlists, that like people want to save that music and revisit it. So yeah, like, just stream it and enjoy it. And, just what, however you feel like you want to support, it's all like, honestly, you don't need to spend money to show that, and you don't need for us to understand, or like, we don't need to see money coming in to understand that you value what we do. And we appreciate that immensely. It's so important, especially nowadays where I bought groceries yesterday, and it was 4 bags, and it was $100. And I was like, there's nothing in here. This is ridiculous.
I got one potato.
Yeah. It's crazy. So save your money, and just spread the word. It helps. Everything's eventual. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was so great having you on, and we're having you on again for horror game night for sure.
Seriously, just hit me up as long as I'm not on tour, and even when I'm on tour, if I'm on an off day, that's perfect, because that's what I'm doing anyway on my days off. I bring my little gaming laptop, and I'm doing that. That's the thing. So hell yeah, I'm down.
I love that.
Sweet.
Living the dream.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So I guess then, thanks, Dusty, and everyone else. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday. That's
bye there, baby bats. Oh, look at
that. Bye, baby bats.
Good boy.
Bye, everyone.
See y'all later. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Be safe. Stay strange. Bye.